What's good, guys? It's your boy Frankie T, and yes, Joe Biden wants you to invest in EVs. Me? Now let me tell you why. There's three things. One, the first thing is job creation. So look, everybody knows this pandemic has been crazy. 2020, a lot of crazy things have happened. On the tech side, a lot of great things have happened. I think COVID has sped up everything. As we all know, a lot of you guys who are probably watching right now are working from home. You guys are working from home. What you thought was what was a dream like a couple of years ago to work from home and do everything from home is now had come to life because of COVID, right? And with that being the tech sector, everything needed to be brought, a lot of things tech-wise, VPNs and whatnot were instilled, so people could have the capability to work from home. Now, the thing with that happening as well is that we are noticing, or at least the president has been very vocal about climate change and has been he's always talking about it, having a greener country, right? And cars being, having zero emission. So everybody knows that in the US, a lot of our stuff comes from China. A lot of things come from everywhere except the US. Like I don't think I've ever seen something say made in USA. I've personally never seen that. So Joe Biden has been talking about, having a lot more companies or having EV companies here in the US to create jobs, because again, with COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people are in unemployment. So he wants to create good paying jobs for people to come. And again, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I am not on any side. I am just saying what the man is saying, right? He believes is the way to create more jobs and good quality jobs for people is to have an EV company or companies that will have, or manufacturing companies, I should say, in the US to create these vehicles so that people can come to work, because it's onshore, it's in the United States. We are not outsourcing China for labor to work on these vehicles. The second thing is the tax credit. So we have been seeing, from what Biden has been saying, a lot of tax credits. They're talking about giving tax credits to companies that are going to be producing these vehicles. So again, I'm doing a lot of references to what has happened this past year, the pandemic. As we see, and we still see it today, the Fed is constantly printing money for the people, for those who have lost their jobs. Now, if a company has the government, or in this case an EV company has the government's back, they can falter, but the government's gonna be there to, give them that money to produce their vehicles. So if the government is backing you up, I'm going to put some capital down to that, because I know that, okay, the government wants something done a certain way, they're gonna put their money towards it. So these companies are going to be getting these tax breaks or tax credits for creating these vehicles and selling these vehicles. This infrastructure plan, it includes I believe it's about $2 trillion, and they're already talking about having 500,000 charging stations. This is going to be a long project through 2035. So for me, again, this is a finance channel. I have this channel because I want to, help build wealth in everybody else's lives, not as well as my own. And when it comes to stocks, time in the market beats timing the market. I'm gonna say that again. Time in the market beats timing the market. So this 2035, this is a long project that's going to be happening, where we're going to be having this shift because the president wants this shift to happen. So if they are putting a lot of money towards the shift, you can put your own money in there and get a piece of that shift. So I just believe, in the long term, in the long run, things are gonna be really, really, electric vehicles. Like electric vehicles gonna be a normal thing to see on a daily given basis. If you look, we have 20 billion that's gonna be going to EV buses. Forget the magic school bus. Forget the magic school bus. We're getting an EV bus. You feel me? Like we're gonna have an EV bus driving around the street, taking kids, taking them to school. Electric cars for everything. And I think, in my opinion, I think that sounds like a really good thing. Less emissions. I think climate change is a very real thing. So, hey, I think it's a great idea in my opinion. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I'm not saying that I am a full supporter of the Democratic people. Like, no, I don't pick any sides. I'm an independent. So I'm just looking at this in the investor mindset and just throwing my investor hat on. So again, there's this whole shift, job creation. We have that infrastructure bill that's looking to be passed. And then we also have the tax credits from the government to these companies that will be creating these cars, and even having companies switch out their engine gas cars to EV vehicles or hybrids as well, from what they have been showing. So I think that is huge, and that is a fundamental factor that's going to change a lot of things. And a lot of people were worried to say, hey, like a lot of people, the other side is they're saying, well, hey, if we're going to be getting to these electric vehicles, are we going to be losing our jobs as being automobile makers? And from, as I said earlier, we have Biden saying that no, we're doing this so that we can get you guys jobs, good paying jobs, quality jobs for the people who don't have a job. So, everything, it looks like things are setting up to be that way. And so, what do we do with this information? Well, EVs are very cheap right now. We have ChargePoint, we have Fuel Cell, you have Hyliion. Like, there are many companies that are very cheap right now that are EVs, EV company, EV trucks. There are companies that have charging. They charge EV vehicles. They have products that charge EV vehicles. Things like that. Those are things you want to get into, like the companies that I mentioned. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to invest in. I'm just giving you the information, what you can do with it, and what if you want to do something with it or not, that is up to you. Because again, I'm just a random guy on YouTube, So, don't take everything I say as law or whatever. I don't even have that much subscribers, so I'm sure you guys probably wouldn't. But hey, that's gonna change. So, I'm just making this video, because this is probably gonna be something that won't see into the long term. But again, things are very cheap right now. Things are getting very cheap. As well as even crypto is cheap right now too as well, which I think that's a topic for another video we can talk about. But pay attention, look at what's going on, see what's going on, put your investor hat on, and really look at the fundamental things that are going on in the economy. What is moving where? What is this person saying? What is Jerome Powell saying, the Fed chairman? What is Joe Biden saying, the most powerful person in the free world? There are many different catalysts that you can use that in the long term can definitely play out. Or, as we know with EV vehicles, a big thing that is used to produce these vehicles is copper. So copper is a thing you can also get into, which again, that's another topic for another video. So that's what I have to say. Those are the three things. Joe Biden wants you. He wants you to invest in EVs. He wants you to have EV. So what are we gonna do? We buying EVs, baby. But yeah, no. But and at the end of the day, if you felt like you learned something in this video, throw on a like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Anything helps. We a new YouTube channel here, so I'd really appreciate it if you can do that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.